Okay, CCMers, we're talking minor scales. There's a bunch of them. They all have slightly different colors. So let's look at the natural minor scale. Pick any note. I don't know, this one. So you're going to start with a whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. So again, starting note, whole, half, whole, half, whole, whole. Another name for the natural minor scale is the Aeolian mode, if you want to impress your friends. But there are also variations for slightly different levels of intensity, brightness, darkness. So there's the harmonic minor scale. It basically changes one note, the seventh note. So starting note, whole, half, half. Now, you would normally go a whole step, but you're going to go one step further. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3 half steps higher to create this sound. And then you end with the half step on your starting note again. This sound right here is what's called an augmented second. So it gives it this sort of Middle Eastern feeling. It's got a sort of exoticism about it compared to the natural minor scale. So to hear that again. There's one more variant that's commonly used. So basically take your starting note and start with the exact same 5 notes. All 3 of these versions have the exact same 5 notes. Whole, half, whole. Now, you're going to finish with a whole step, half step. You'll notice that the ending sounds just like the major scale does, and you'd be right. So it's basically the major scale, but the third note is a half step lower. So again, to hear the melodic minor scale. So what people realized is, yeah, it ends with the same major scale sound, but coming down, it just sounds like the major scale. How do we make it feel dark and minor? They would switch back to use the natural minor scale when you go down. So you'd have this going up, and you'd have this going down. Because the first thing you hear when you're going down is a minor sounding scale. So if you want to see these scales in more detail, so you can mess around, write your own tunes, write your own licks, we've even got another variation on scales in a free chart that you could download. So check out the link in our bio, check out the video description. It's got everything you need so you can work on your minor scales and start to experiment with them in your own music.